Welcome back to my channel, another day of Vlogmas, and today we are going to be making some healthy hot chocolate, Nutella hot chocolate. I've never made it before, another recipe I'm trying from Pinterest for this Vlogmas series, and my 12 lessons that I have learned this year that I'm sharing with you all. Today is lesson number 5, but first we're going to make a nice hot drink, and then we're going to take it upstairs and we're going to chat, okay? Let's get into it. All you need is some milk, chocolate chips, vanilla extract, cocoa powder, and Nutella. Mix it all up until it melts and then the temperature that you want, and you have some hot chocolate. After that, I had to cook some rice for my husband. That's my son right there. We just got done with the hot chocolate. Now we're gonna head upstairs and chat. So welcome to our chat where I get to share today's lesson number 5 with you. But first, look, the nice hot chocolate treat that I made in the beginning. I did have to add a little bit of sugar because it wasn't semi sweet milk chocolate chips that I added, and I didn't use whole milk. I used almond milk. I didn't have whole milk. Very rarely do I get whole milk. And if you're looking at the design on my desk, that is designed by my baby girl. She literally took my I got this cute sash, so pretty. It's coloring sash. And she's been pulling them out one at a time, and she had a ball designing on my desk. So I cannot get it out, but this is stick and peel, so I can always replace it with a new paper. But just in case you're looking, you're like, what's all that scribble scrabble on her desk? That's what happened when you have little ones, okay? And also, look at what I have. Remember what we made yesterday, the mini cream cheese eggnog cupcakes? So I'm gonna have it with some hot chocolate. Let's get into lesson 5. The 5th lesson that I've learned in 2024 is that obedience is key. This is one of the year where I truly made up my mind to be intentional about obeying the Lord. See, I used to be someone who used to overthink a whole lot, and the enemy still tries to throw that at me, you know, every now and then. And I used to be overwhelmed with analysis paralysis, where I would hear the Lord telling me something, and I'm just overthinking it, over processing it, to the point I would talk myself out of it. And this year I decided that I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to obey the Lord. And that's one of the things I was intentional about this year. However, the obedience is key lesson, you know, it has built up from over the years. And so if you watch yesterday's video, if you haven't seen it yet, after this, please watch it. And I talk about welcoming support. And for me, the way how I found my support was through obedience. It was through obedience. And this year, the Lord truly showed me like how walking according to his will is so rewarding. And I want to share a scripture with you, and that's John 14, verse 15. It says, if you love me, keep my commandments. You are obedient to the Lord if you're keeping his commandment, if you're doing what he says, right? That's how we show God that we love him. So have your actions been showing the Lord that you love him? Have you been obedient to the Lord? Go ahead and examine your actions. Don't just say, yes, I have. No, it's in action. Because if we look at the Lord and see how he deals with us, he is not all words. It's in action. He showed us that he loved us by sending Jesus to die for us, right? And so in turn, we show him that we love him by obeying him, not by what we say. Okay. And so I want to encourage you, as we are wrapping up this year and going into another year, that you make up your mind to be intentional about being obedient with the Lord. Obedience is key. Obedience is going to get you so far. And this is one of the things that for me with this year, especially my business, like the Lord showed me and did so much for me in my business this year. Due to my obedience, he met me where I was, and he honored what I did. And the thing is, your obedience is going to pay off. You may not see the fruit of it depending on what it is right away, but it's going to pay off, because we know that our Father is a rewarder. Is he honors us when we obey him. He honors us when we do what he says we should do. And think about it, it's like a parent. If you have your child and you're telling your child what to do and your child is doing it, that makes you happy, and it makes you want to spoil them. It makes you want to give them the things that they ask for. So it's similar. It's a similar way with the Lord. When we are obeying and doing what he says, it makes him wants to, spoil us. It makes him wants to make us happy and all of these things. So I just want to encourage you to really do not allow this year to end without assessing your life this year. You don't even have to go far to like years ago, maybe not even this whole year. Maybe look at this month, look at last month, and evaluate it and truly ask yourself, have I been showing the Lord that I love him, based on my action? Have I been obeying him? And I also want to encourage you to read Deuteronomy 28. It is a famous chapter because, we love to recite those blessings that is listed in there, right? And I have the King James, the New King James Bible. And one of the things I love about the New King James Bible, I love the header that kind of gives like a title to the different scripture. And in the New King James Bible, the header for Deuteronomy 28 says, blessings on obedience. And then when you get down to verse 14, right on top of verse 15, it says curses on disobedience. Okay. And so when we're obedient to the Lord, there's blessings attached to it. And a lot of times, we are looking for blessings from the Lord, but we're not obeying him. We're not doing what he says. And the thing is, he knows what the outcome is going to be. He knows that what we're desiring, what we may want, sometimes he even has better than that for us. But he knows if we go this route, we will get it, or we will get even better than what we can ask, think, or imagine, right? And so, which is why he's telling us to do this and don't do that. Go that route, because I know what is up ahead there for you, right? And then so a lot of time we get frustrated and feel like God is not moving in our life. He's not showing up the way how we desire for him to show up. And what we fail to realize is that we're not being obedient to him, right? We want the blessings, but we're not doing the things that is attached to the blessings. Our obedience are seeds that we plant. And the fruit of it is the blessings that we receive that is attached to it. And that blessings, depending on what the obedience is, it could be in so many different ways. So I just want to encourage you to truly assess your life and see, have you been obedient to the Lord? If not, why? What has been stopping you from being obedient to the Lord? Do you love the Lord? Because obedience is the key that's going to open the door to some of those things that you've been crying out to the Lord for. It is in your obedience. It is in your obedience. So it's time for you to be obedient to the Lord, okay? Thank you for watching another video. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think about this video? Have you been obedient this year? Is obedience something that you struggle with? If so, what are some of the struggles? We can talk more, about this, because I know sometimes people feel like obedience is hard. But what I've discovered is when I struggle to obey the Lord, my difficulty was I felt like I didn't know for sure what the Lord was telling me. So I didn't have the confidence to know that I hear God for myself. I could discern the voice of the Lord for myself, right? And so I wasn't sure. But the more I spend more time with the Lord, and this may be something that you need, the more I spend time with the Lord and I spend time reading my Bible, the more I started to grow confident in the fact that I do hear the Lord. Especially prayer journaling is something that I've shared countless time on this channel that have helped me a lot. So maybe you have to do the work on building your confidence that you do hear the Lord, and then doing what he says, right? But that's the discerning his voice part. Start from the Bible. What does the Bible say, and do it? What does the Bible say, and do it? That's one of the primary ways that the Lord speaks to us, is through his words in the Bible. You don't even have to like go crazy trying to decipher, So start obeying him based on that. And the more time you spend on that, reading his words, the more you're going to know what his voice sound like, and the more you're going to know when it's him and versus when it's the enemy. So then now when you start to discern his voice, now you're confident, like, all right, Lord, I know this is you. And then you can take back what he has given you, take it back to him and talk to him about it, ask him question and get clarity on, get understanding, I should say, on what it is he's asking you to do, if it's something that you don't fully understand, and he will give it to you, and then go ahead and do it. Okay. I want you to commit to 2025 being a year of obedience for you. And if you are making that commitment, in the comment of this video, write, I'm committed. In the comment of this video, write, I'm committed. If you are joining me, because I'm going to continue 2025 being intentional about being obedient. I want to have a lifestyle of obedience. And so if you're going to join me, put it in the comment, I'm committed. All right. See you in another video. Have a blessed rest of your day.